How's it going, everybody? If you see my last video, you know I had my first drift event in my G35, and as fun as it was, there's a lot of stuff wrong with my car that I didn't know was wrong. So today I'm gonna go over all that stuff. So what I'm working on right now, the injectors. So the injectors I had in the car at the time, I had forgot I put in there. I had HR injectors just because I was testing them. And because I had bigger injectors than the car's tuned for, the car was making like no power. Like it felt like I was driving a Miata. And then in the process of replacing these injectors, I broke my valve cover. So right now I'm working on replacing the valve cover with some aluminum ones. So then the engine should be running all better. Now the second problem I had with this car was the diff. The car came with the LSD from the factory, but during transition it would open up, so I'd be transitioning from side to side. It would open up and I'd understeer and push straight. So I need to get that welded before the next drift event. The third issue is my power steering. I did not know before the event that the power steering had gone out in this car. So the whole time I was there, I had no power steering, and I was just trying to make it work. But I'm pretty sure I'm leaking fluid somewhere, because when I was loading the car on the trailer, I saw a little puddle of what I thought was oil, but I've never had any issues with this car leaking oil, so I think it might have been power steering fluid leaking on the ground. The fourth thing is going to be the e-brake. My e-brake only works on one side, so I have a hydro I'm working on installing. It's an inline hydro. But I want to get this installed before the next drift event, which I think this is what I'm going to work on right now because I'm waiting on RTV for the valve covers. Now the final thing wrong with this car is making it look better. This thing looks very bad. I need a new bumper because see, these are broken. I want to get new mirrors, new fenders, new hood, and then I want to wrap the car. I want to wrap it midnight purple like it used to be, but I'm also interested in doing some other colors. If you guys have any ideas, leave it in the comments down below. Also considering doing a livery this time. I think it'd be cool to do like a big pinstripe across the side and then some more stuff near the rear. But other than that, I'm gonna just start working on it. Side note, the E92, obviously it's also being worked on right now. I had to replace the knuckle, the axle, and the rear upper control arm on this side because a bolt had stripped inside of the knuckle. So I had to replace the whole knuckle and all of that for the upper control arm. And then as soon as I got that done, let's come to this side. Same exact thing happens to this side. The bolt broke inside of here. So I'm gonna get an extractor and try to extract that out. But yeah, it's a problem because this is the car I drive to work every day. So I need to get this fixed today.
1 week later.
So it's actually the next weekend now, and I did get a lot of stuff done last weekend. The first of which is my e-brake. It's not hooked up, but I got it mounted, so I think it sits nicely right here. All it is mounted. It's not hooked up to the brakes or anything, but now I can see how it looks, and I really like how it sits right here. And I like the black too, because I was stuck between black and silver because my whole car interior is kind of, you know, black and chrome, black and silver, and I like that I did the black because there's so much silver around it. The second thing I got done was on the Beamer. I got my suspension situation figured out, so that's all good. And then got the engine all put together for this car. I do need to jump it, but once I jump it, it'll start and I should be able to drive it, except for the wheel situation. So in the front right now, I have this 18-inch wheel on this side, and then a 19-inch wheel on that side, because when I was on the track, I understeered into the dirt twice and debeated 2 wheels, one from each pair. So I need to get tires. Well, actually, this one has some rocks in here, I'm gonna try to clean these rocks out and see if it'll rebead when I put some air in it. If not, I'm probably just gonna take this one to the tire shop and get a new tire on it. All right, so don't mind the mess, but I went to the tire shop and I was able to get both of these wheels rebeaded because I went into the dirt, both of these, and debeaded the tires, and there was rocks in there. So luckily I didn't have to buy new tires. They were able to rebead it. Don't mind my mess, I'm sorry about this, but I'm now trying to jump the G so I could finally get it started. Also, I need to make sure I did the valve cover right, because I had to use some RTV in there and I want to make sure it's sealing properly. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if this baby starts. I don't know why I wiggled this to see if it was a neutral. There we go. All right, so I was able to pull the jumpers off and it's running on its own. It doesn't look like it's burning or it's leaking any oil from the valve cover either, which is nice. It's good to see. Before I drive it, I do need to get that bumper reattached, but glad it's running. Also, if you watch me here, you probably haven't seen much of this car since I've done what I've done to it, but this is what it looks like right now. Got a carbon fiber lip on it, some H&R lowering springs, catalyst downpipe, and a tune. It's pretty good. I do have a check engine light, so I'm gonna scan it and see what that's about. I hope it's nothing serious, but this feels so sick right here. I'm happy about this. So after scanning it, I see it has a multiple misfire code. So what I'm thinking happened is maybe I messed up the wiring on the coils. I really hope the wiring's good on the injectors, because that's not going to be fun to fix. But I'll try switching some stuff around, see what I could find. So I tried doing a power balance on all 6 cylinders, and they all ran about the same, cutting them out. So I'm assuming it was maybe whenever the battery died and cranking it up made that happen or something. But I cleared the code and it hasn't come back yet. So I'm gonna swap these wheels around and then take it on a test drive. All right, so I got the bumper buttoned up and I got the wheels moved around, so the better offset wheels on there. And it's looking pretty good, but just topped off the coolant because I learned it's leaking a little whenever it's running, so I need to figure that out. But I'm gonna take it on a test drive now. So I tried to start it and the battery actually died again, so gotta jump it again with the beamer and then pull it out. She's jumped and ready to go. It's time to finally let her rip. I'm not gonna let her rip, but take her down the street. So I've made it to the spot where I like to look at my cars. It's nice seeing this car outside again. You know, I've had this car for a long time, and for not much of this time that it's had it, it's been driving. So it's nice to have it out here driving. So that was actually my first time driving the car since the event, and overall it did pretty good. So when I first started it had the check engine light for the multiple misfire code, but I think that's because when I did the injectors, I emptied the fuel lines lost the fuel inside. So I think when it first started cranking, it was firing, maybe some injectors got fuel before others, and that's what made the code go off. Because after driving it, you know, I banged on the limiter a little bit and the engine light never came back, so it's driving good. It's nice. I think feels like it's making the power it should. So see you guys in the next video.